right, welcome back to Urban Nation Radio. On LGBT Radio Nation, we got in the house again. We got RayRay talking about her book, Closed Wounds, and her life.
Yeah.
So we left off at, was talking about your mom, and was talking about, you know, what got her to be so cruel to you, so to speak. And you said that it was because of you was financing her, to say the least.
I felt like I was buying her love.
Welcome back to LGBT Radio Nation on UrbanNationRadio.com. Join us in the conversation. Call us at 313-867-1305 or 313-867-1306. And again, we have the lovely, sexy new author of Closed Wounds, RayRay. I was about to say RayRay. You know, I was thinking of your last name at the same time.
Right, that's kind of cool, RayRay.
RayRay. And also, just a side note, RayRay is also one of the what would you call it?
One of our cast members for
cast member for Out Loud in the D. Out Loud in the D.
Right.
Out Loud in the D.
I'm a cast member.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And we had a group session, and it was where everybody was there, and it was at my home, and it was a little tidbit that we got because we finna go into a relationship.
Right.
We had another cast member that's, you know, now she's in a relationship, of course, now.
Right.
However, at some point in time, she was your mother's girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's almost your age, right? Or a little bit older?
I think she's a little bit older. I'm 36. She's about 38, 39 maybe.
Okay.
And she was and from you know,
and we had no idea that these two had that connection. So it was kind of fun to see when you guys came into the room and you're like, hey, Laura, and then we got to talking and we found out how.
I used to save her. I used to be like, Mom, would you? I love her. I still love her. Like, my mom used to do her so cold.
So she was abusive to her.
Yes, my mom used to.
To her.
My mother used to tear it up. She was.
So do you think that your relationship with your mom affected your relationships at any point?
Because I used to beat on them too.
Used to beat on your boyfriends?
I beat my baby daddy up, yep. But the only one I didn't was the one who I was 15 years old, the one that disappeared.
Yeah.
I think if anybody...
Well, if he disappeared, you can't beat him.
I couldn't beat him. But he never took me there, you know. We used to hang out so much, but he never took me where I had to. That was it was like my escape, my comfort. And you can go to their house and just have fun. Just have fun without the you know, the B word being called, or you ain't do this and he ain't do that. You stupid and did it.
So tell us, because you mentioned, kind of brought to the table that your mother was on our team.
Right.
She's on our team. So how was it with her relationships that she had in the household? Like, did it affect you any? Did you was it curiosity? Did you hear noises?
Yes, I heard the noises. I was hearing the noises, so I felt
and those noises are like baking cookies or stirring
Baking
macaroni and cheese.
I think it was just doing the whole, you know, making and the baking. It was a little bit too much making and the baking. So I asked my little friend across the street, I said, I want to do what my mom was doing. She said, what? I said, take your clothes off.
Now, was this friend a guy or a girl?
It was a girl.
Huh?
And
you said, like, take your clothes off.
I was like, take your clothes off.
How old were you?
I was 10.
You were 10?
I was 10. I was like, you be the mommy and I'll be the daddy.
I don't even want, because y'all so young, I don't even want to ask like what y'all did. That's just so inappropriate.
That's right.
I'm not lying.
I want to wait till you're of age to ask those questions, not the 10-year-old
So let me ask you this. Do you believe that the environment that you were brought up in, basically your mom and your father or your stepfather?
It was a stepfather.
Your stepfather. Him beating on her and then her turning around beating on you, her.
I didn't know there was a male in the house at some point.
Yeah, my brother.
She said that.
Yeah, my brother, father. She married my brother's father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she said she was married before.
Yeah, she was married to him.
Okay.
So, do you believe that had a lot to do with how she was treating you? Because she was getting beat, and maybe she was beating you. She wasn't beating your brothers, though, right?
She wasn't beating my brothers. It was, but see, what I was seeing, my mother was getting money from everybody who she encountered with, even when she was married to her husband. So these are the stuff that I was young, and she used to tell me, "Bitch, you say anything, I will be over there." You ain't gonna get nothing. But she gave me everything I want. That's why I didn't understand. You know, I had the gym shoes. I stayed fresh. Don't get me wrong, but it was like, I still was getting beat on, like, for what? And that really frustrated me. And I was a good kid. You ain't have to tell me to do nothing. So I joined everything just to get away from home. Where you going? You know, but my best friend, Mook, that was the only person I could go over. And she was like, and that's how the male friend, because she knew about the male friend that I kind of got comfortable with. And that's what happened. And then all the gang banging. And then this is how he disappeared. They say he got killed. So it was like I was forced to experience with a man. And he was the one I liked. And then when I liked him, I couldn't have him. Then I tried to get it in the baby daddy. And it was like, oh, I told you about this. And then you do me like this. But 2 kids are involved already. But I know I was pregnant with the 3rd one. So it was like, you know what? My mom always said, 21, you ain't grown till you're 21. I don't hear it. I don't want to hear nothing. When you're 21, you do whatever you want to do. So when I became 21, I was like, I like women. I don't care. So what you going to do about it? Whatever. It's just me. Accept me for who I am. You can't. She used to say, don't tell nobody. I used to say, why? Why can't tell nobody? Because you hid it? I don't want to hide it. This is just me. And I believe ever since then, the family was like, when I stopped doing all the illegal stuff with them, selling the drugs with them, the family was, I said, well, let's put this book out, let's do this, let's put our money together, let's make this a family business. You know, I was like, but if it was drugs or fraud or checks.
Something quick.
You know, then Social Security now, you was all down for it.
Yeah.
And I backed away from her. I ain't want that.
Yeah. So tell us, because that seems like the old Raynell, and now we have the new Raynell. Tell us how it feels to be the new Raynell and the difference between the two.
So wait a minute, and also because you went from, you said old and new, so you have 3 kids, obviously by men or whatever. So when did you realize that you were a lesbian, or are you a lesbian? Let's be clear. I want to jump to conclusions.
To me, I feel like Raven Simone on me. Flat out.
You're colorless American.
I'm just me. Ain't no I'm a
no
woman.
labels. I just love who I love.
I love who I love, and I'm just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't put no labels on anything. I never have.
But you lean more towards one than the other?
Yes.
And which one is that?
Women.
Okay.
But that 15-year-old, when I could, which is like 20 years ago, that's a different story. Because I feel comfortable with him.
I was just saying, you still remember that from 15.
Yeah, because it was like, you remember your comfort, you know what I'm saying? You remember that person that, right, your first love, he's like, it's going to be okay. You know, he used to see me cry. He used to see the bruises. He used to see, I had bruises all in my chest because that was all she did. She used to just fat me up. Just piece me all up in my chest. And then one time when she bust my lip, that was all she wrote. That's when I was like, I was done. I stopped going to school.
So it's like when she hit that face.
I was like, now.
That's what the real thing is like. She get my face.
And then I'm trying to find it. I'm really trying, like, now I'm finna give it to him. I want a baby, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, you mentioned that in your bio that a lot of girls think that having a baby is an escape. How was that? Because to me, this sounds kind of backwards.
Okay, when I said that, I mean it as, I felt like if didn't nobody love me,
a baby would.
My kids would. I wouldn't treat my kids how my mother treated me. Like, to this day at 36, I'm still called a bitch. You know what I mean? So it's like, that hurts. Now, you won't hear me say that to my kids.
Do you think, like, sometimes with people, like, having kids actually possibly save your life? Because you feel like you have that responsibility.
Yeah, they made me turn around. They made me stop doing all that because I looked at them.
Yeah,
I really did. I really looked at them because my kids was at their grandma's house and I was running the streets. I was doing the same thing what my mother was doing, and I had to like skirt. backtrack while they was still young. Because if they felt like if they get older, felt like they could disrespect me because I wasn't there. Because see, Donna wasn't there. It was like she was just, I was at Harpo's at 16. That's just how much she ran streets.
What's Harpo's?
Harpo's on Charmers. Harpo's on Charmers. That was the first club that every kid used to get snuck in with fake ID.
I was raised on the west side.
That's where DJ Polo blew up at. He blew up from Harpo's.
I guess I'm not from the street.
Look.
What is Harpo's? I think I passed it. I thought it was like a theater. I didn't know. I mean, it looked nice on the outside. I have driven past Harpo's now, she said. You know, but okay, Harpo's.
Yeah, that was Harpo's. That was the jump.
You know what? Just saying.
You think that Ruru.
Wow.
So I know that also in your bio, you were saying that you had went to jail for a week and it didn't give you permission.
Baby, let me tell you the jail story. Oh my
think about
goodness.
stuff.
I had never been to jail in my life.
Was you in like a holding cell or was you in like
I went from they shipped me from different jail cells, which they fed me good. That was just so, it was like, you just too pretty.
Every time they grab you, see you that orange jumpsuit. Every time.
You silly.
But they treated
Knowing
me
that
so
you
good.
don't have no win.
They didn't do it in the precinct. It wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, "What you do?" I'm like, "I don't have no license at work. 3 o'clock in the
You
morning."
should have said something more harsher.
No, it was like I was driving while black type stuff. For real, I was on 13 in DeQuinder, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning. There's 3 of us finna get ready to go.
Out of the city?
Yeah, I worked at that nursing home on 13 in DeQuinder. We going to White Castle's right here on the corner, not too far from the thing. But I'm scared. I ain't want to walk down there. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I'm working midnights. We see the police, and I'm looking. I know I'm scared. I ain't supposed to be driving out here no way.
Driving slow.
We was still at the light. That's what I didn't understand. But remember them stickers?
Because you know you drive slow.
Remember them paper stickers was in the back that you used to get?
Yeah.
He peeped it. He said, "You know what? I ain't even gonna take your car." But he told me flat out. He said, "I get paid for you." I said, "Why you gonna take me? You gonna take me from my kids?" I said, "Please, just don't take the car." He gonna say, "You can get your car back." He said, "You ain't got nothing but traffic tickets." You should have been like Felicia on. But he was like, "You got it." He said, "You got a third."
Stop, Felicia.
Oh, that's another story too. I had to sexual preference my way out of jail from another cop getting pulled over, but he didn't even take me to jail. I had to whip the book out on him. Wow. That was the second time, but he let me go. He didn't take my car. But my friend came back. She had a license and took the truck, so it was like he gave me a ticket. But it's just so crazy how being in jail just made me just write my whole life from 2004 all the way to.
What was the first job that you got when you got released?
Oh, I didn't lose my job.
Oh, you still had, okay.
Yeah, they understood. They didn't, because it wasn't no felony. It was traffic tickets. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to jail for nothing else but matter of fact, it was driving while suspended license. That's what I went to jail for. So it's not a felony. So that's why they gave me my job back. I just gave them the paper saying I was locked up, so I never lost the job.
Okay.
That was good that you didn't lose your job.
They let me keep my job. Yeah.
Unfortunate.
So tell us about how it's been, like the writing process, how it's been for you, like afterwards, after the book is done. How's publishing been?
It's not even published yet.
It's not published yet.
No. Think of me as 50 Cent pumping on my trunk.
So how did you get this in paperback?
I printed it. I got a print company that prints my books. How many ever I want, he printed for me.
Wow.
I get 100 books. That's like $900.
And you just sell them out. All right, we got Elin Harrison.
I had to turn.
Remember how Elin Harris started?
It's like my street life. I turned my street life into the book. I felt like if I could push this dope, I felt like there was sacks of rocks. I could push their books. Like I pushed those sacks.
You ain't waste no time. You ain't waste no space on the words. Because they like all the way at the top.
No, he said he left it at, that's at Times Roman. He left it at 12. He thought that'd have been nice. He didn't break it all the way down.
So did you have somebody to edit the book for you, or?
Yeah, somebody else did all that part. Okay. But he told me he liked it so much. He didn't even want to change too much. He liked it the street, because it felt like he was there. He didn't even want to. He didn't even want to change none of it. I just knew he was going to change a lot.
So tell us how we can actually get your book, even if we don't live here in Detroit. How can we get your book?
Please tell me it's copyrighted.
what? It was copywritten before it was printed out.
That's right.
The ISBN is in the front.
All
You would never take
This is a cute picture, though.
Thank you.
It is.
Yes.
So tell us how we can get it.
You can get it through me. You can go to my website, closedwounds.wix.com/closedwounds, or you can send me an email, Raynell McConnal@yahoo.com. And send me an email saying you want one.
Tell us why we want to read this book.
Doing bad things to get attention, that ain't gonna get you nowhere in life either. Because that's what my book was about. Because I felt like, oh, okay, she was mean to me, I'm gonna do this to her, I'm gonna do that to her. But it didn't do nothing but you end up by yourself. And bad luck, and was wondering why I'm going to jail, why am I going to jail? But that jail said, okay, this is why. Stop stealing. Stop selling drugs, you're a mother. You know what I'm saying? Stop cussing people out. Stop pistol whipping people. Stop doing that. Get out the streets, be a mother.
You was pistol whipping people?
I tore it up, give my money. You ain't gonna give my money, it's like I ain't shoot you. I just...
Wow, right, okay.
I had that Scarface like
That's what that RayRay's for, huh?
But, nowadays, instead of me and that, the only part about between me and Scarface is, I won't kill you because I got God in me. I'm gonna give you this. This is what you get right here. Here you go. I'm done. Don't say nothing else to me, baby. Because what these people out here doing, that Scarface mentality, you'd have been dead a long time ago. Yeah. No, you just certain things you just don't do. And people wonder why I'm solo. I stay by myself and I do my own thing.
Right.
You ain't got to do that because I was sharing my stuff with some of everybody and they shooting. They shoot me like I'm the bad guy and I'm the one coming to y'all. But I was the bad guy. But my crowd made y'all crowd too. But I was the bad guy. So I ain't like that. So it was like me fall back. Me show them what RayRay and, what she really about because they was bringing that old me out. And I'm talking to myself like, please, I'm killing. If she don't, Ray don't do nothing. They stealing my money, don't do that.
What made you start actually going into the street and start hustling? Like, what was that process from being a kid and then you decide like, you know what, I need to go out here? Because you were saying that your mother was buying you whatever you want.
She was still buying me whatever, but it was like she'd give me money and then I go get my stuff. But it was like certain times she'd stop it. She had her days where she'd just spoil me and then it'll stop. Then she'd spoil me and then it'll stop. It was like if she didn't have her way, don't talk to her.
So it was almost like when you were spoiling her,
when I got
y'all was good.
We was good. We was
Good.
wonderful.
When it stopped,
we was like this.
When it stopped,
it was.
It was this.
She shot me down.
So with you, when she was spoiling you, you was good. And when it stopped, you went there.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure did. It was a cycle. Literally, I seen it. Literally.
How much of this story do your children know?
Oh, they know it all.
They know it all. Have you talked to them like so that they wouldn't go down that same path? Do you see any differences in them?
Oh yes.
Because some things can be like kind of, it continues the cycle. So it's like, how do you make sure that cycle don't continue?
Right.
I didn't have to tell my son to enroll in college.
Yeah.
I didn't have to tell my son to go get a job and do for him own self. I didn't have to tell him to do none of those things he wanted to. He even asked me, Mom, do you need anything? Then I still have my 2 daughters. You still got your kids with it, but they're not disrespectful. They're good kids. They do what they supposed to. You got your little laziness, but other than that, me and my kids, it's like this.
Yeah.
I told them like, I don't want to hear that. We don't have to argue. If you know you're wrong, I don't want to hear it. Just deal with it and don't do it no more.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. As far as like, when someone hears your testimony or your struggle, what have you, is it like, say it's someone new, like a new friend or associate or whatever, do you ever feel like they're frowning upon you because of what your history is? Have you ever experienced that?
No, I had actually.
But that's
it don't bother me because I had this lady. Ladies be at work, be like, they try to be talking that Bible words, and I had to, kind of shoot them back down. Like, what does that mean? Not necessarily, because everything we do is a sin. But this is who I love. This is who I am. You can't say this is what he's gonna do, because if he's gonna do it, then, I feel blessed. I feel like the bottom line of that Bible is treat people how you want to be treated.
Amen.
That's the breakdown of the whole Bible. That big Bible is just a breakdown of that. And you get blessings, and it comes this way, it's going to come this way, it's going to come. That's why I had to forgive my mother. And the year I forgave her, sitting in jail, I have prospered. Every year, I have done something positive. That's why every time I post that, every so often, I love it.
And
love my growth.
They say,
I love my growth.
Light shines the brightest through the cracks.
Yes, it does.
I love my growth. Yes, I love my growth.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yes.
Good for you. I sound like Oprah when I say that. Good for you. It's an aha moment. Good for you.
Wow.
Talk about what's happening this Saturday.
Oh, this Saturday for Sweeties Day is a cancer awareness. And I want to say Nava. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Nava. She...
N-A-V-A?
N-A-V-A. Her story touched my heart. I had to invite her. And I'm doing something very special for her. And also for another cancer donation. You know what I'm saying? Another charity event as well.
Okay.
So there's 2 people I'm donating to. And her story touched my heart, where she's trying to get these different chemo injections where she couldn't afford it. And we raising money for her. And I think that's just
that's great.
A beautiful, beautiful thing. So she's going to love what Closed Wounds and Tomboy 24/7 have for her.
So where can we go to that event?
It's at Club Coyote. The address...
And give us a time, too.
The address is... Let me get the address.
When she was going to jail, she was like, B.O.B., hold it down.
Hold it down, B.O.B., hold it down.
Mama love you.
Mama love you. I'm legally blind.
Right. Whole thing. I don't even know the story of that, but jeez Louise.
Right. Well, while she's figuring that out, there is, for all of you that, you got it?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Club Coyote 9711. Club Coyote from 4 to 7:30, maybe a little bit longer, because there's some extra, y'all gonna love it, surprise for you guys. So check us out.
Fee to get in?
It's not a fee to get in, but
please
we will
make a donation.
Make a donation. It's very important. It's for a cancer awareness charity event. It's for a good cause. And I would love everyone's support. Everyone from Closed Wounds and Tomboy 24/7.
And that's Club Coyote?
Club Coyote 9711 Conant.
Conant and what? Is that
in Hamtramck? But it's on Conant. It says on Conant. So if you're coming from the west, you on Davidson, you're going to make it right.
And you follow us on Urban Nation Radio on Facebook and LGBT Radio Nation. Yeah, on Facebook. We're going to ask RayRay to put that information on there also.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
I am going to do something really quick. Next week, hopefully, we'll have the director of the National Friendship Movement Chicago chapter to call in and to talk to us about their new event that they're having. The National Friendship Planning Committee proudly announces completion of the plans for their 34th annual Friendship Reunion. The members of the movement have elected to hold the reunion April 2nd, 2015 through April 6th, 2015 in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Now, for more information, you guys please go to www.friendshipmovement.org. And I don't know, most of you people here in Detroit probably remember the group Friendship. They haven't had a Detroit chapter in a while, so they're trying to get more people to join. So make sure that you guys go to www.friendshipmovement.org. And then also, for all of you that have children, there is a book signing. Children's book author David L. Watkins is having a book signing for his new children's book. And the book is called Which Letter is Better? And it will be held at the Detroit Public Library, the Edison branch at 18400 Joy Road in Detroit. It's located west of Southfield. It's from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. There will be entertainment for the children, so make sure that you take your kids and to get a copy of his new book. And he also has 3 other books. He is an awesome children's book author. So make sure that you attend this November 1st, 2014.
For the kids.
Alrighty. So it is 7:07. I want you to tell us how we can get in contact with you through your clothing line, and if we need a promoter, if we want one of these books, tell us where we can find you and all the other information.
You can email me. I prefer emails a lot because I be in and out, but I check my emails a lot. So that's the quickest way to get to me is my email, which is Raynell McConnal @yahoo.com or closeon_@yahoo.com. I had to think about it. That's it, but that's how you get in contact with me. I check both of those emails daily, and you can send me something, or you can go to the website, closewoundsalltogether.wix.com/closewounds. Those words are all together, and you can hit that button, and you can also order the book, and I'll get the email.
And from what I gather from the book is that it's like you can come from just struggling and abuse and things like that, and then God always wants you to win.
Yeah,
you're
because
winning.
because you know a lot of people problems they end up making and they lose it instead of learning from it. But that's the thing. Our problems is our faith.
Proud of you.
It's our faith.
Proud of you.
And we getting tested.
Amen.
So you don't let your problems mess up your faith. You learn from it. You don't let it control you, because everybody got that voice. But if you're going to let it control you, you're going to do the right thing, you do the wrong thing. Right. That's what he's teaching you. He ain't going to let you know what's right and what's wrong. You got to figure it out. You know what you did was right. You know what you did was wrong. Mm-hmm. And when I told my mama that, she was kind of mad. You know, I love you, Sugarfoot. I still love you. I love you.
Cool.
All right, and so we like to close our show. And first we want to say thank you.
Thank you.
And
my first
you.
radio station. Hey, I'm doing it. Whoever said I couldn't, I'm doing it.
And don't forget, you guys will be able to see Raynell in the Out Loud and D documentary.
Right.
That'll be out this fall.
Yes.
So,
I can't wait.
You have your quote?
Might be a bad girl a little bit just to spice it up.
All right, so my quote for this evening is, the fear of failure is worse than the failure itself.
Yes.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yes, I like that one.
My quote today is by Liberty Hyde Bailey, and it is, "A garden requires patient labor and attention. Plants do not grow merely to satisfy ambitions or to fulfill good intentions. They thrive because someone expended effort on them."
I got a good quote.
Go ahead, give it to us.
Okay, let me say y'all a quote. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing.
Amen.
Good. Thanks again. Make sure that you guys follow Kaiology everywhere. IG, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, everything that's out there. I am at Kaiology. What about you, Material? Where can
Material,
you find
MATIRIO_matters on Facebook as well as Instagram.
And don't forget to like the Urban Nation Radio page on Facebook as well as the LGBT Radio Nation page. And follow us also on Twitter.
Vote, 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 vote.
Exactly. Can't make any changes if you don't. Peace.
Don't even change your drawers.
Peace.